Good morning, everybody. Myself, Gitika Srivastav, science teacher from Madras India Public School. This lecture is for class 10 and the chapter which we are covering is life processes. The topic which I told you the previous is the transportation, where we discussed about how blood is circulated through the heart and in the human body. Now today we will be discussing the following topics. These are lymphatic system. I'll be giving you some assignment question based on the lymphatic system and we'll be starting up with excretion in plants. Coming on to the first thing, lymphatic system. First of all, lymph. What is lymph, children? It is similar to blood, but RBCs are absent in lymph, so it is yellow in color. Yes, it is light yellow in color and the composition is somewhat similar to that of blood plasma. Lymph is formed from the fluid which leaks from the blood capillaries and goes to the intercellular spaces in the tissues. This fluid is collected through lymph vessels and finally returns to the blood capillaries. So, lymphatic system, it is picking up the lymph from the body parts and it is dumping it to the veins going to the heart. Okay. Now, lymph is actually, it's not red like blood because it does not contain RBC. It contains large proteins and digested food. It also contains germs from the cells and fragments of dead cells. It is another medium of circulation in the human body. But this lymph is always flowing only in one direction. That is from the body tissues to the heart. Since lymph is derived from the tissue fluid which remains outside the cells of the body, so it is also called extracellular fluid. Lymph contains a special type of WBC called lymphocytes which help in fighting infection and the disease. Now see the functions of lymphatic system, children. It collects leftover plasma from various body parts. Secondly, it is responsible for making big molecules of protein, fat, etc. to blood. Third, when lymph passes through lymphatic nodes, germs are killed by WBCs. Now, I'll show you the picture of this lymphatic system, human lymphatic system, children. Just have a look on this. Lymph capillaries joining to form large lymph vessel. Lymph vessels are having lymph nodes or the lymph glands there, and then it is connected to the subclavian veins. Now, coming on to the first thing, lymph capillaries. Before this, about human lymphatic system, this is a system of tiny tubes called lymph vessels or lymphatics and lymph nodes or lymph glands in the human body which transports a liquid called lymph from the body tissues to the blood circulatory system. And this lymphatic system, it consists of the following parts: lymph capillaries, larger lymph vessels, lymph nodes or lymph glands and lymph. Now children, the first thing which I told you, lymph capillaries. These are tiny tubes which are present in the whole body. You can see in the diagram, it is present everywhere in the whole body, just like blood capillaries. But they are differing from the blood capillaries in two ways. First of all, lymph capillaries are closed-ended and the pores in the walls of the lymph capillaries are bigger in size than that of the blood capillaries. Since the ends of the lymph capillaries in the body tissues are closed, so the tissue fluid can only seep into the walls of the lymph capillaries present in the body tissues. Moreover, since the pores in the walls of lymph capillaries are somewhat bigger, so even large protein molecules present in the tissue fluid can enter into lymph capillaries, which could not pass into blood capillaries. Now children, after this you can see lymph capillaries are joining to form large lymph vessel. Lymph capillaries join to form large lymph vessels. The lymph vessels are having lymph nodes or the lymph glands at intervals. This lymph nodes, they are containing special type of cells called lymphocytes. Lymph nodes containing lymphocytes are involved in the cleaning of lymph and protecting the body from the disease. Lymph vessels are connected to large veins of the blood circulatory system. So basically it is cleaning the lymph. And then you can see points where lymph is passed into blood circulation in the subclavian veins. Now children, the cleaned lymph containing large protein molecules, digested fat and other useful materials is transported by lymph vessels to the large veins called subclavian veins. which run just beneath the collarbone. These veins carry the lymph to the heart. In this way, the circulation of lymph from the body tissues to the heart is completed. I think this topic is clear, children. Now coming on to the next thing, which is just the introductory part which I am giving you. Before that, I'll be giving you some assignment questions, children. Just note it down. Now coming on to excretion in plants, children. Like animals, plants also produce a number of waste products during their life process. As compared to animals, the plants produce waste products very slowly in very small amounts. Plants have no special organs for waste removal like animals. The plants remove their waste product by different methods. Now, see here, plants are performing photosynthesis, and which is using carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll to synthesize food. During photosynthesis, oxygen is given out. This oxygen, it acts as excretory product and it is given out by a process known as diffusion. Certain plants perform a process known as photorespiration, where oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is given out as a waste product. All plants perform transpiration, which is the process by which plants transport water from the roots to the aerial parts of the plant for elimination in the form of water droplets or water vapor through stomata. Plants produce waste material that get accumulated in the vacuoles of aging leaves. So, for these the cells eventually or finally they die and fall off from the plant. These structures can be stems, leaves or barks of trees. Another commonly produces waste material of the plants is tannin. Tannin is a product of plant that is stored in the trunks of the trees. They are present in the bark of the trees. The plant tissue phloem is responsible for transporting water and minerals from the soil to the aerial tissues of the plant. So actually the leaves utilize the number of minerals they require, while the rest are eliminated. So plants eliminate excess salts and minerals in the form of crystals such as sodium oxalate crystal, calcium carbonate, etc. Now children, like animals, plants also eliminate ammonia products such as alkaloids. The common type of alkaloids that plants produce are morphine, quinine, which is used to treat many human diseases. Another waste product that plant produces is latex. Actually, this is the waste product for the plants but not for human beings. Yes, this latex, these are produced by cells called lactifiers and this is found in the rubber plants. This latex, that is a waste product for plants, is actually very useful to man in the manufacture of many rubber products. Plants also produce gums, which are actually a degradation product of cell. These are also useful to man in the manufacture of many products. Now children, gums and raisins that a plant produces are basically stored in aging or old xylem. Few plants also eliminate their waste into the soil through their roots. Now children, you can see here organs of excretion in plant. As mentioned earlier, plants are not having any specific system that performs excretion. Different plant structures that eliminate different forms of waste are, you can see the leaves are excreting water in the form of water droplets. Yes, and this is aging tissues. Yes, you can see here the stem of this tree, it is helping in secreting some of the waste products in the form of gum. Yes, so from the above discussion we conclude that various methods used by the plants to get rid of the waste products are the following. First of all, the plants get rid of gaseous waste product through stomata in leaves and lentils in stems. Secondly, the plant gets rid of stored solid and liquid waste by the shedding of leaves. peeling of bark and felling of fruits. Third, the plants get red by secreting them in the form of gums and resins. And fourth, plants also excrete some waste into the soil around them. By this thing, I think that the topic is clear to you. I just began up with the topic of excretion in plants. And in the next lecture, we'll be discussing the excretion in animals and human beings. Till then, thank you, children.